Hilariously, I was just about to talk about this game. I'm going to do some in-depth videos about it, but we're going to do a bit of an overview right now. So what is Small Brawl? It's Twisted Metal shrunk down. It's more cartoonish, all the contestants are using RC cars. And I believe it was in development at the same time as Twisted Metal Black. It actually released after. Twisted Metal Black releasing in June of 2001 and this releasing in November. The idea was to create a more kid-friendly Twisted Metal game for the PS1. Also good money saving, because if you still had the PS1 and you didn't have the PS2 yet, you could still play the new Twisted Metal. Kinda. So this one, the story follows Billy Calypso, a kid version of Calypso who's doing what Calypso does. The wish is, instead of, taking out the surgeon who ruined your face, or getting a demon out of your head, they were obviously more childish. There were wishes like, I want to live forever in Halloween Town. Sweet Tooth actually had a similar wish to the one he had in Twisted Metal 3. He wanted a little bit of ice cream, but that was just an excuse to get the ice cream truck and, tie Calypso to the front and run him up the road. There's a lot of people who don't like Small Brawl. I did. I thought the gameplay was a lot of fun. I thought it was something a little more lighthearted, something to get you out of the headspace that Twisted Metal Black put us all in. Some fun facts, Axel was in the game, but his ending got completely deleted. You can look it up on the YT, but I see why they took it out. See, in Twisted Metal Small Brawl, Axel was driven by a kid in a wheelchair who wanted to walk. You can see we're already going into some dark territory. So Calypso gives him metal robot legs and lets him walk again, but it's remote controlled and he controls it, and there were some racial elements to that too. So 150% I see why they took that one out. Now this comment was left in my video about Darkseid, who was in this one as an unlockable character but didn't have an ending. He was driven by Jimmy Ash, who was obviously the kid version of Mr. Ash. His story was that he wanted to be the biggest bully in the school, but they cut that, I think, more for time than anything else. I'll also say that the ending cutscenes were a lot better polished than 3 and 4 were, but we have to remember that 3 and 4 came out earlier in the PS1's life cycle and they hadn't fully mastered it. But they also went for a much more cartoonish aesthetic, which always helps. Go for style when you don't have much in the way of resources. I'm going to talk about the individual characters and stuff, but I just wanted to give a little overview for the people who didn't know about Small Brawl. They Victus, save awesome. This game was actually pretty good.